A shout out to our podcast sponsor, sportsponsorship.co.uk. If you or your business are interested in making a real difference to the Scottish game, supporting hundreds of kids into regular football, get in touch with sportsponsorship.co.uk and they'll find the right fit for your brand. Hello everybody, welcome to Tinpot, a Scottish football podcast mixed with various counts of protein chat and other nonsense. My name's Tom Leask, your host for the next wee while, joined only this week by one of my two compadres, Matthew Strugnell, as Andrew Guild is laid up unwell. Matthew, how are you?
Just clear my throat. I'm fine, thanks.
Couldn't have done that before we started, no.
Didn't think I'd have to speak, but I just remembered that it's a podcast, so you have to emote with words.
You do?
I'm well, thanks. I'm well. Not much to report on the old protein. It's been a pretty carbs-heavy weekend for me. I'm not going to lie. I was at two kids' birthday parties. Just stumbled across them while I was walking down the street. No.
You could always tear the pastry off the sausage roll, just eat the sausage now.
My kids were invited, so it was a very sandwich-heavy weekend. As you do these things, the parents made too much food because everyone always assumes kids like to eat loads, except when they're at a party when they eat nothing. They just want
because they're running about. Yeah.
So I had many ham sandwiches, many cheese sandwiches, many sausage rolls, many slices of Rocky Road, homemade by one of the parents with like a little bit of crunchy in it. It was so good. So good.
That's a cut above.
You know the tray baked chocolate that's just like not the best chocolate, but it's like quite the cheap. It just tastes like amazing. Like, that's what it was. It's just like
it's almost
so
like
good.
advent calendar chocolate. You know, it's like it's cheap shit, but it is a cut above. Yeah.
And you know me, I'm a tray bake man myself. So I was tempted to go through each ham sandwich individually and peel off the slices of ham and just sort of eat them. But I thought I would get judged by the children and the other parents, so I just ate the bread and took one for the team.
Just chucking bits of bread to your kids like they're ducks in a pond.
Yeah,
Daddy's having the ham.
Nuggets at one of them. It's good. So,
hey, hot nuggets. Food buffet.
I know. First bouncy castle was alligator themed. Or dinosaur, I don't know, but it had big sharp teeth that you could jump inside the mouth and that. It was great fun. Second one was like a castle. Had to save a small child from getting crushed as the leisure centre attendant told everyone to get off as he was deflating it now because it was time for the snacks. One little kid jumped and I said, "Hey, you, get off!" And just grabbed him off as the thing just came down upon him. So
modern day hero.
My MBE in the post from the king himself.
Well done, sir. No expense spared at those parties by the sounds of things. You got inflatables, you've got leisure centre rentals. It's wow. They must love their kids.
Yeah, man. I've laid on those parties before. They are expensive.
I've been to one of them, and by God, what a time I had. Hot Wheels cars, sausage rolls.
There wasn't many bouncy castles there, just some extortionately priced soft play, which is a disgrace. I mean, what a business, the business of children. Like, it's just...
the kids loved it, though.
Profitable. The kids they know nothing.
Let me ask you a question straight off the bat. If you're creating a 10... No, we'll go less than 10. 7-item party buffet, you got to incorporate... And drink, not including drinks, just
For adults or kids?
No, a kid's party. But you're putting it on for what you would want to eat if you're the parent attending. 7 items, you got to mix savoury and sweet there. Name them.
Well, packet of crisps for one.
Packet of crisps.
Palm bears are usually a good one.
But
packet of party rings.
That's the crisp you'd want to eat though, palm bear.
Well, the kids like palm bears now.
But that's not what I'm asking. You're attending as the dad. Your kids are away playing, and you're you're scanning the buffet. Like, what are the 7 items that you want to see there?
Okay. I want to see sausage rolls, many or otherwise. I want to see sandwiches cut in triangles. Cheese and ham suits me fine. The kids like it. I like cheese and ham. What I did on Saturday was I got one ham sandwich and one cheese sandwich, squashed them together, made a club sandwich, cheese and ham, double. It was good. 3 layers of bread.
Beautiful. Cheese and ham sandwich, sausage roll.
On white bread.
Butter
on both sides.
Copious butter. Good.
Yeah. I don't. If you're a bit fancy, I don't mind a cut up veg with a bit of hummus. Maybe a cut up
A little,
pepper.
maybe pepper, maybe cucumber. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Okay.
It's hardly any variety. Like seven's quite a difficult stretch because you're looking at things that are very plain.
I thought you might go into, egg mayo sandwich, cheese sandwich, ham sandwich,
That's
but
a risk,
you
mate.
just said you've clubbed it all into one. Okay.
Yeah, it's a risk. I do like an egg mayo, and I do like cheesy and onion sort of sandwich filler vibe.
Cheese savory. Yeah.
But those things are a risk, mate. That's a risk not worth taking because you'll have a lot of waste.
True.
Mini pizzas, perhaps. A wee Christmas special.
Could be cold, to be fair. Yeah.
Sausage rolls are always good. Maybe Scotch eggs.
You've not named one sweet treat. You're not a sweet tooth man, but I know you are.
I am. Move to the sweet treats. Okay, so what you get is you go to Marks and Spencer's if you're really fancy, and you get those little boxes of like mini brownies or like mini sort of crispy cakes sort of thing. Them and then just like shitloads of sort of tray bakes, mate. You're talking your mint slice, your Malteser slice, your Tiffin, your Rocky Road.
Tiffin's the tray bake for me. So underrated. The raisin, the biscuit, the chocolate. It's right up there.
Yeah, I'll shock you. I love a mint slice. But again, it's a bit divisive with the minty flavour. A lot of people don't like their mint and chocolate.
Yeah, people don't like mint, orange, or strawberry and chocolate. But for me, those are the three things I'd go to first.
And then I'd have a big box of Celebrations or Quality Street just on the table for me to just pick, as I go chasing the kids. So I've got a bit of energy boost now and again. Don't mind which. And then the drinks. Some parties prepare fizzy drinks for the adults. You might get a tin of Coke or that on the side. But again, I don't mind a diluting juice if that's all on offer. I'm easy going. So yeah.
Lovely. But pretty much what was at your party. So you've dictated what you're serving based on your own likes and wants.
It's bloody great good. Because the parents always make too much. It's just brilliant. You're getting fed at a kid's party like as the adult. You're getting a good meal. So I didn't bother buying lunch beforehand or dinner afterwards because I knew I was getting them sandwiches in pockets as I left. See ya.
Take a protein shake just in case. No.
Nah. I necked that in the morning before I left. Fucking down in it and.
Legend.
Make it too milkshakey. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I'm not really tracking it this week, mate. I've been off it a bit, so. And now the in-laws are here from Poland, so I'm gonna be eating shitloads of food over the next 10 days. So dzień dobry indeed. Pierogi, gurki, that's pickle. So yeah, we've already had some pierogis. That's right.
I love kielbasa.
And they're very generous when they come over, so they've brought lots and lots of sweet treats. So I will have to do an extra 2 push-ups a day, I think, to counterbalance the amount of calories going in.
This week was supposed to be the week we got to see your press up. But since Andrew's not here, I think it's only fair we delay.
Yeah, I'm a bit heavy after some pierogis for dinner, so.
Pierogis. Lovely.
So good.
Lovely
stuff.
How
are you doing? Any brewery visits this weekend?
No brewery visits, mate. No, I just finished yesterday's leftover roast chicken, prepared by the lady wife. It was
Wait, I'll
tremendous.
ask you a question on food, Tam.
Stuffing.
What's your perfect roast dinner plate? Sides and
beef.
Whatnot, and fakesons. All the fakesons.
Beef is number. I mean, it's beef or lamb for me as like a roast meat. Beef or lamb.
Fucking lamb. Who's bloody getting roast lamb these days, mate? Rich folk like you, is it?
Well, around springtime, you get a good roast lamb. Don't at me. But no, predominantly roast beef. Not a huge horseradish man, so I'll skip that. But a good gravy. We're talking Yorkshires, roasties, mash. The only thing with beef is you obviously don't get stuffing like you do with a bird, so you're missing out on that stuffing, which to me is the number one thing on the plate. Roasties, maybe some like honey glazed carrots, some broccoli.
Shit, yeah.
That's probably about my roast, yeah.
Shit, yeah. You know what I hate on that? Peas. Don't ever give me fucking peas on like a roast dinner plate or that. Peas are the devil food. Like, peas are the worst.
They're pointless. And people who say they enjoy them, they're lying. It's a load of pish.
That's English people like peas. I swear to God, on a roast. But bloody peas, get a grip. It's got to have your carrots and your parsnips. I can do green beans and I'll do broccoli. But there has to be...
Green beans are fine. Broccoli's fine. But
yeah, peas are just too bloody fish and chips sort of nonsense. Eh? Like they don't go a roast.
It's bollocks. It's
What
a
about
load of
sweet
nonsense.
corn?
Sweet corn,
Sweet corn
lovely. Corn on the cob is like my go-to.
with a roast.
And I know it's not the most healthy. If you're just picking a veg, it's not exactly the healthiest of choices. But you slather that with a bit of butter, maybe a bit of paprika on there as well, a bit of salt. Ooh,
I'm a chicken man. If I'm going roast, I tell you that, mate. I like to get my hands dirty, just fucking devouring that.
But you got to go dark
You know?
meat if you're going chicken. You got to go for a leg. You got to go for
Exactly. I'm
that
not
dark
afraid
meat
to get
tender.
I'm not afraid to get the bone stuff. Like my dad's a
Yeah,
bit of a
get stuck
weirdo.
in.
You're like, breast for me, please. And Colin, he doesn't like meat on a bone. So I'm like
Nah,
devouring that stuff. Like, so
he's let himself down there. Speaking of corn, I remember one. When was it? 6 to 12 months ago, maybe. Nooch Bar and Kitchen served sweet corn. It's almost like ribs, I guess. You take a corn on the cob, you divide it into quarters, and then you've got like a little sliver, and you along the corn.
doused in butter a bit. Vegan butter.
I don't know what he did them with. It was something different to butter. He's some chef is the man in Nooch
Very
Bar and
creative,
Kitchen.
yeah.
Yeah, it was very good. But I've no brewery visits. I'm supping on a tea though out of my pint glass here, and
Oh yeah.
as a toast to Brewdog going up the shitter. Fuck James Watt. And
Cheers.
fuck Brewdog.
Yeah, another dickhead who's left as well. Sold their punks down the river where they're fucking lies, and they'll see them.
Yeah, all these people out of pocket.
Yeah, out of pocket. Yeah, fucking clowns, total fraudsters. Like,
Yeah, he's scum, subhuman scum. And if you're watching this, Mr. Watt, you can sue me for that slander. No problem. I've got no money, so come at me. Probably got more than you.
No listeners either, so
all your debt.
no one's gonna hear it. So.
Yeah, well, mate, look, we will, and we'll stand strong for rising up against those pricks, won't we?
Yeah, come at us with any retort there if you think that you gave your the equity punks their money back or whatever, or you didn't lie to them. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not going to say I've got too much interest in beer, so especially not Brewdog.
Anyway, it's like ABE, anyone but England. It's ABB, anyone but Brewdog. That's the beer of
I'll just
choice.
stick to my Madries, mate.
Yeah, you're a scumbag. Madrid.
I'm
Speaking
Spanish.
of scumbags, we should probably discuss the old firm, eh?
oh. Yeah, where are you, Andrew?
Yeah, where are you now, mate? You've faked a sickness so you don't have to come on here and discuss the embarrassment of bottling a 2-0 lead at home against the worst Celtic team of all time, ever. Yeah, shove that up your pipe. Now, let's mop our brows here and get back onto serious mode, because when we discuss football, it's all things serious. This episode is really to discuss the title race, but mostly the Old Firm that happened yesterday. We're recording this Monday, the 2nd of March. The Old Firm is yesterday at Ibrox. It finished the Rangers 2, Celtic 2. And the result was beneficial to really Motherwell and Hearts more than anyone else, after they both picked up 3 points on the Saturday. So, a game of two halves, wasn't it? Rangers battered them first half. Celtic were nowhere. Could have been 3, 4, or 5 at the break. And then a combination of Rangers kind of bottling it second half, but also Celtic making a few key decisions at halftime to replace the awful Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Junior Adamu up top. What was your take on the game, Struggy? We're both neutrals in this, but I mean we despise them both. So what was your take?
Blood and Thunder, mate. Exciting stuff. Really entertaining game, as you say, of two halves. Rangers, Danny Rowe really gets them going from the outset. Really powerful, direct, physical. Just battered Celtic, fucking swarming all over them. The Ox just out of his depth a bit, clearly coming back from a few difficult injuries and getting swarmed all over by the Rangers midfield. So it was a wrong choice from Martin O'Neill. I mean, where's he going to get slated, like, seriously, for the team selection that he chooses? But he seems to be some sort of messiah when he makes subs for players that he already picked. Like, what the fuck? Like, why doesn't he just pick the good players from the start? I don't understand.
He's getting away with it though, isn't he? He's still not lost the game domestically since he came back in the two spells. So getting away with it.
Man. Like, I mean, I was talking about him being a vibes man. Yeah, he's clearly quite funny. Like when he's doing his post-match interviews and that, he doesn't give a fuck. But clearly, like, he doesn't know still what the best team is for Celtic. They even have a strongest 11, like, because he was playing that Kavankara boy for a bit, and then he randomly played Adamu again, just random decisions. And Tunekte seems to just come on at half time every game, do all right, but then when he starts, he's absolutely wank. So I don't know.
I still don't. I said this to you at halftime in the group chat. I don't understand why Dyson Maeda is still getting a start. It's so clear that he's checked out. That first half, he had 2 or 3 opportunities to either cross the ball or get a shot away, and it was so. Last year, he scored something like 30 odd goals for Celtic, and I think it's pretty clear he wanted away from Celtic at the end of the last season, and he was pish under Rodgers at the start. Everyone's been pish under Nancy, and he's had an awful season, but he just can't get dropped. Don't understand it.
He did a decent job in the second half, sort of running about. I mean, that's all he's kind of good for at the moment, just being a energetic pair of legs. He obviously, it was him that went up for the header for the penalty. But yeah, their options are. I mean, the squad is brutal. Like, I mean, I don't want to go too hard on the board at Celtic. You know, I know they're getting a hard time. But I mean, to have this squad is pretty negligible. Do you not agree? To have Dane Murray as your centre half, Old Firm, and some random boy in the Ox on a fucking short-term deal in midfield, and then a shitey lone boy up front. I mean, it's pretty pathetic stuff. Like,
if Andrew was here, he'd tell you the squad's fine because he is adamant that the board aren't responsible for this, and I do agree with him to an extent because the squad that they've got is the most valuable squad in the league. Yes, they've got a net gain this season in terms of profits on transfers, but that squad is good enough to win the league. There's no getting away from that. So you can't say it's like a terrible squad. I mean, terrible compared to maybe Celtic over the last 10 years. Yeah, it's not as good as it has been. They need to recruit smarter. They need to maybe spend more money, rely less on loan signings. All these things I get, but it's a good enough squad to win the league. I think I read today Celtic's lowest points tally at this stage in the season in the last 16 years. Now, it's also their only season in that time where they've had 3 managerial changes. They've gone from Rodgers to O'Neill to Nancy back to O'Neill. But if Rodgers had stayed in charge with that same squad at the start, would they be better off now? It's hard to say because they were looking really shit under him. Don't know. I'm going around in circles here. It's a pointless.
I mean, you could argue that they've had obviously key injuries to key players. Jota, Cameron, Carter Vickers,
Engels,
and Schmeichels. Yeah. Schmeichel's been throwing them in, so they've had a variety of difficult factors. I just think that team that started yesterday looked so patchwork. It was pretty grim stuff, and obviously at half time they were getting battered. Rangers were brilliant. 2 great goals by Yusuf Chermiti and a lovely assist by Dane Murray, who had a tough first half but obviously redeemed himself in the second half, and he had a tough game at Tynecastle as well, but he seems to have some sort of resilience to. I thought he'd get hooked at half time, but fair play, he played the whole game and he did well in the second half. We were talking about it in the chat on yesterday in the game, and we're like, we'll say some of the jokes now. I was going to pretend it was off the cuff, but I was just like, and then, oh, Dane Murray, I'd rather have, and then I said, Andy Murray's original hit. That was great back at the time. Great time. And then I thought maybe Sir David Murray's walking stick. Oh, that's good as well.
Did you even say that in the chat? I don't think you did.
I said David Murray's wonky leg, but I thought it was even funnier if I said David Murray's walking stick. It's classic. It's a little walking stick. He had a big shank in the first half of his left foot, and then obviously Araujo.
That can happen to anyone, the way.
I know.
Like we can't read too much into it. It's a mistake anyone can. The most experience. If Carter Vickers was there, he could have made the same mistake. It's as simple as that. But I mean that goal from Chermiti, the first one we'll get back to in a second, the overhead kick. But the second goal, I think, has been overshadowed by the first one. Like the close control he has, that touch he takes over was it Araujo?
Araujo, yeah, nipped it on the side of him, yeah, and then
he nipped it, and then it's like first touch finish past what's Sinisalo, that boy. That was incredible. But that first goal, the overhead kick, is that the best goal that you've seen in an Old Firm game?
Yeah, man. Everyone goes on about Larsson's goal, but when the fucking goalie just sort of moved out of the way for that chip, it didn't even fucking move. Who was the goalie in that?
Stefan Klos. Champions League winning
even
Stefan Klos.
Didn't even try and save it. He said, "Oh, I'll just move out of the way."
He couldn't.
You
It
just
was
get lost. He could have saved that.
no. Larsson takes that ball down from Sutton.
Fuck off.
Puts it through Connachtman's legs. He has to shrug off two players and chips it from there. I'm not saying it's better. I think that's the debate though. It's between those two, surely.
How? It's not a chip if the goalie like literally moves out of the way and he just dinks it down the middle. How's he getting chipped?
The goalie doesn't move out of the way. He's banging the centre of the goals. He's gone low to try and defend low, which is right. And then Larsson, it's the thing is when the ball's running away from you like that, to then try and chip it. If you see it as well, there's a tiny bit of curve on it. It's like slightly inside the foot. It's beautiful.
It's like when a goalie like got the free kick and then the goalie just sort of stands there and like lets it go in. Like, you don't even try and move. Like you can see the ball coming.
It's nothing like that.
Larsson chip versus Rangers. I'm watching it now.
You're a closet bear, are you?
No, I always thought the goalie could have saved that. No, am I being?
Well, of course, a goalie could save most things, but nah, the ball's it's the perfect flight over the top of Klos.
Here we go. Right, nips it past.
It's too high for him to get, but still lands. It goes flush into the net as well.
No, he sells it. So the goalie sells himself like unbelievable.
It's the pace of the move, though. Look how fast the ball's going. Look how fast he's taking it down. He's like so much to think about.
My God, Larsson with those dreads, man, that's iconic. Like,
it was his first Old Firm back as well after the last season being out with the leg break. He'd missed all four in the previous season, as Crocker will attest in his commentary.
O'Neill was the manager.
Yeah, O'Neill was there. Yeah, that was his first Old Firm in charge, I think.
I don't know about the goalie, man. There was a nice bit of skill.
Mate, come on.
I don't know. The goalie is like.
Okay, so Chermeti's overhead kick is unbelievably good. But he's also going past Sinisalo, whereas Larsson's trying to chip Champions League winning Stefan Klos.
I got a good angle from behind the goal, which looked quite good. And then you see the Celtic ball boys, which are also a staple of those times. You know, the ball boys just always come into the goals. It was brilliant. Yeah, I'll give him his due, but yeah, the overhead kick was better. He caught his flush.
Nakamura's one against Rangers, the big swervy boy. Is that up there for you?
Nah, it's a hit and hoper, son. That's just a kick and a swing.
That's like, do you remember Papi Cissé's goal for Newcastle against Chelsea? Everyone's wanking over that, saying it's the best goal of all time. It's just hit and hope. It's absolute nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer goals like overhead kicks or sort of tippy-tappy passing where it's sort of meant, like, you know.
You prefer overhead kicks, but you still think Tierney's is better than McTominay's?
Well, we've discussed it at length, and I'm talking about the moment made it was more important. What's better, McTominay or Chermiti? I've heard folks saying Chermiti's better.
No, fuck off. Absolutely no chance. McTominay's ball is so much higher. I was actually keeping an eye on that when I watched Chermiti's back, just to make sure the ball was definitely a lot lower. Because I didn't want people drawing comparison.
Thought McTominay was actually 1.62 metres in the air when he hit.
It was 2.53.
Yeah, right. Did you measure Chermiti's, did you?
Oh, it was only...
Yeah, it was about 1.91. Like, it was much lower.
Kevin Fairwell being vindicated with those couple of goals there, eh? Man, she's never been sacked.
Yeah, this just is another reason why these Old Firm fans on both sides of the divide are horrible fucking bastards. The start of the season, everyone, pundits, fans, everyone wrote Chermiti off. Awful, blah, blah, blah. Like, the things they were saying about this guy. And now he scored 2 against Rangers, 2 against Celtic, 3 against Hearts, and then again 2 against Celtic. And he's now this godsend. And it's the same with Dessers. They slagged off Dessers for 18 months, and then towards the end of his time at Ibrox, he was doing pretty well. And they were wanking over him silly, like, oh, it's so sad to see you go. So fickle. And it's the same time and time again with these pricks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think it's just a sort of football in general. I mean, you can obviously say the Old Firm fans are a bit more reactive. But, I mean, it's just a sort of football intertwined with sort of social media thing now, and everyone's so reactive just because you can voice an opinion on a platform, and everyone seems to think they have some sort of important opinion. But yeah, clearly there's something about Chermiti that warrants or justifies people paying big bucks for him. Like, I mean, he's a special kind of player to do that, those 2 goals, you know. So perhaps he needs to work on other elements of his game. to make him an all-round player, but he's clearly got flashes of brilliance, and we've seen that in a lot of his finishes this season.
Yeah,
he's scoring when it
I think he's better when he doesn't have time to think about it. You saw it in was it the second half, I think, where he had a chance to cross the ball over. He had so much time to think about where he's putting it, and the ball went out for a throw on the other side. It was terrible. And I think in these instants, he's much, much better. And this narrative that you're talking about of people, social media and fans being so quick to judge, it's the same again now with social media and Danny Rule, because they were 2-0 up and they've drawn 2-2. And I'm not saying it's every Rangers fan, it's probably a small minority, but from what I'm seeing on Twitter and what I'm hearing and a few different podcasts, a few people are now saying he not needs to go now, but he's walking on thin ice, because he's spent I think the figure was quoted 12 million in January, and everyone's saying, the league will be won and lost in January, quote unquote. They spent 12 million. The results since January, in their eyes, of these people that I'm listening to, have been poor. And if he doesn't turn it around quickly, he should be gone. It's ludicrous. Danny Rule, since he's come in to now, I think would be top of the league based on points gained. So
he has drawn 4 of the last 6 with drawn with the bottom club Livingston, which obviously was a poor result. But yeah, I agree with you, Tam. I think it's ridiculous.
From what? Motherwell, Celtic,
10 men Motherwell.
And who else?
Well, I heard 4 out of 6 today on Sports, so I'm going to quote those guys. They were never wrong. I knew they were upset with obviously the 1-1 draw with Motherwell when they were down to 10 men. He was a bit defensive in that, and then obviously the Livingston game, they came back and maybe should have had a opportunity to win it in the last minute. But
in those last 6, they've also beaten top of the table Hearts 4-2, beaten Queen's Park 8-0, and beaten Killie 5-1.
8-1.
And the other draw was against Hibs at Easter Road on the 1st of Feb.
I know. I mean, I think he's clearly doing well, and he's building a team at Rangers, so it'll take a bit of time to completely embed his style, and obviously you get another summer in, more signings again. You'll have a fuller squad of players that he would like. I think he's done amazingly to sort of turn what was a bit of a shambles of a season for Rangers around. I mean, you're not going to please everyone, but I was under the impression that he was sort of unanimously supported by the fan base, but clearly folk just like to have a moan at something.
But it shows how quickly that turns, because if that penalty doesn't get given or gets saved and Butland holds on to that penalty save and they win 2-1, he's God again. It's one decision or one penalty kick can turn some people. I'm not I think the majority of Rangers fans are still Danny Rule in, and they do still like him. But these fans that have turned on him if it had finished 2-1, which it could easily have done, they still love him. It's fucking nuts. And I tell you, another thing we didn't discuss last week is Hibs. Just briefly, there's probably a bigger voice amongst the Hibs fans than there is in the Rangers fans for Rule leaving, for Gray to go. You know, these Hibs fans are wanting Gray out, and that to me is probably even more ridiculous than what they're saying about Rule, because if you compare the league table after, was it 29 games Hibs have played, the same point last season, he's gained more points in the league than he did last season. I think to want him out, having improved year on year in the league at this point, is mental. I think they're only just pissed off because Hearts are top of the table. And again, that's the short-mindedness, the close-mindedness of these fans, the fickleness, if you will. It just pisses me off.
Bloody hell, mate. I know. Do you think it was a penalty? Going back to
100%.
I know. I don't see anyone can argue that it wasn't like he made his body bigger on purpose to try and affect the ball, block the ball.
Whether it's on purpose or not, the ball's going in the net if it's not for hitting.
No, I know, but I think he made his
So
body. I think he knew he was out of position, so he sort of just did a mad jump to try and affect the ball and obviously hit his hands. So there you go. And then what about? Have you ever seen a goalkeeper save the penalty, then the rebound, and then
and still
surely
concede?
there should be a rule in penalties like that you don't get rebounds. It's so unfair on the goalie, man.
Nah, that's part of the skill of saving a penalty. It's to push it wide.
No, I was very unlucky. He's got a great record though, Butland. I was reading about that. He's saving.
Yeah, he's had a good record with pens. Yeah, but look, I think over the piece, I don't think a draw is an unfair result. And Rangers have themselves to blame, but also credit to Martin O'Neill, I think, for making those changes at half-time. Like you say, he could have started with a stronger team and maybe they would have won the game. But no, it doesn't happen often in football where you make subs at half-time, especially a couple of them in such key positions. And it's a brave thing to do. It paid off in the end, and there were things Rangers could have done better in that second half, but it's a mash-up of two things. The first half, Rangers outperformed what anyone was expecting them to do. Celtic underperformed. And in the second half, Rangers were okay, fine.
Just knackered, yeah.
And Celtic weren't anything incredible, but yeah, as Andrew was saying in the chat, they just looked tired. But
yeah, Celtic got a goal out of nothing, really, with those Kieran Tierney popping on the right-hand side of the box, the header. I mean, that's one of those sort of goals that rarely happens, and then they got a penalty, so they did create other chances, and Rangers, obviously, as you do, were sitting a bit deeper in the last 15-20 minutes trying to hold on to what they've got. And then, yeah, I mean, you have to always think as you support one team, like, you're not just going to have it all your own way. Like, you can't just say, oh, we were shite. Well, no, the opposition have tactical instructions designed to sort of stop you playing well, so if it works one way, then it could flow the other way, and then fans often forget that you're not just playing against, like, I don't know, fucking players just rocking up themselves. You know, you've got a manager on the sideline that makes decisions that affect the game, and the players themselves can affect things. So it's always difficult to win a football match, no matter who you're playing against. So I think fans need to just chill.
Old Firm fans as well are never going to give credit to the opposition. So Rangers fans at full time are saying, oh, we've chucked that away. We didn't do this. We didn't do that. Instead of saying, you know what? Second half, Celtic came out and they played better than us. They did things differently. They made changes. They did this. They did that. And they were better. It's as simple as that. Rangers first half were better than Celtic. Celtic were better than Rangers second half. If it had finished 2-1 Rangers, I would also say, over the balance, probably a fair score. 2-2 also, it's such a tight game in the end when you weigh up the whole thing.
I know. And another Celtic last minute goal. How do they love them? So
that's it.
But yeah, as you say, the real winner's Hearts in Edinburgh.
That's it. From a neutral's perspective, I was sat watching the game, like, Tierney scored and I was cheering that, and then the penalty goes and it gets saved and I'm raging, then it goes in and I'm buzzing. Not because I'm supporting Celtic, because I'm supporting the draw. Anything that we can do to try and take points off of the big two to try and get Motherwell and Hearts closer to a victory. Nah, mate, wow. I know they're probably not going to win the league, but even if they can separate and it's, Hearts, then Rangers, then Motherwell and Celtic, anything, just upset the,
Yeah, they do have the best defence in the league, Motherwell, so
21 clean sheets this season. It's
incredible.
insane.
I mean, we were fucking Andrew was slagging off that bloody boy at the beginning of the season. Andrew was saying he was useless and that, and I was saying, nah, this guy's class, man. Give him a chance. And I was proved right.
I spent, was it 60 or 65 quid, I think, on Ancestry.com at the weekend, trying to find out if Ward's got any Scottish grannies or great grannies or something that would allow him to play for Scotland.
See the goalie, like?
Yeah, but apparently not. He's
where's
fully
he
English.
From then?
I don't know. Shrewsbury. He's English.
Shrewsbury?
Through and through. Not eligible for Scotland.
You do that often?
No, that was for the purpose of a joke. But someone at work today said if Hearts win the league, and Gordon's obviously played a few games in that season, and he's maybe going to play for Scotland at the World Cup, we don't know. Should he be given the freedom of Edinburgh? Interesting question.
Like a night at MBE or something. No.
Hey, nonsense.
I think Derek McInnes should be given the freedom of Edinburgh as the manager.
What do you think of that scrap with the Aberdeen boy at full time?
Can't say I've seen it, mate. Do you want to describe it to me?
Well, I say scrap. It's not really a scrap. They're just shaking hands after the game's done. Is it?
Oh
Geiger,
no,
it actually the Aberdeen boy
he pushes him
and he nudges him to the side. Proper shithouse behaviour from a manager to do that to a player after you've just beaten them. Do you like it or do you not?
Yeah, I like it. I like McInnes. He's a funny guy. I like when he grabbed that ball boy. That was funny. You come here.
He's
Yeah,
done it
good
twice
times.
now, though.
Yeah, I know. He loves the ball, boys. Nah, I don't know. I mean, who knows what kind of beef was going on during the game? Maybe that Giger boy said something to him, or came over and gave him a wee nudge when McKinnon was like holding the ball or something to delay a throw. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know
Uh,
what's happened.
I like a bit of nonsense handbag. It's always entertaining. These pathetic footballers and managers that do anything other
Yeah.
than sort of punch each other. It's brilliant fun.
100%. If Hearts had done that, say if they're sitting fifth in the league just now, no chance of winning the league, and they've done that, no one would talk about it. But it's because they're top of the league. Everyone's saying, "Oh, McInnes is, he's a fucking Ned, and he's like no class about him just because you're top of the league and you're behaving like that." No, McInnes has done that for years. He's like not that exact behavior, nudging someone, but
Yeah, he loves it, man. He loves it.
yeah, it's mind games. It's like mental warfare, isn't it? It's brilliant.
It's brilliant. And yeah, Hearts in an incredible position. Oh, the split is going to be so good, man. It's going to be so good.
Hearts now bookies' favourites. I think odds on for the first time this season. I think 10-11, with most bookies. So I don't know. So
You know
torn.
it's
I
gonna-
think Celtic and Rangers are now the exact same odds as well with the bookies, which is interesting.
Yeah, you know who's gonna have a big say in the title race? I'll tell you that. John McGlynn. John McGlynn. This guy knows it. John McGlynn. Falkirk are fucking brilliant, and they're gonna cause an upset. They're gonna beat. I'll tell you now. They're gonna beat Rangers or Celtic at the split.
Post split.
They're gonna beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna beat one of them.
I can see it happening.
Whoever they get at Falkirk Stadium, they'll beat them. I just fucking think they're brilliant. That team that Falkirk had out on the weekend, like the players that were playing in centre half, like Cole Donaldson, fucking Liam Henderson, bloody Tate Spencer in centre mid. They were playing for them in League One. These players are battering Kilmarnock. It's unreal. I just keep going on about John McGlynn, man. The guy's an absolute fucking legend. And he's having like the best season ever, but he's so like overshadowed by like everything else that's happening. Hey,
It's going to be a very, very, regardless of who finishes first or third or whatever, it's going to be an impossible decision to decide manager of the season.
I know. Just give it to Stephen Presley.
Between Jens and Del
boy.
and John, between those three, Falkirk achieving something nobody, not one single person. Actually, the only person I do know that said Falkirk would be top six, and this is no word of a lie, was guest on episode 6, Henry Leask, the coach that was out in Thailand
Bangladesh.
and now Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
He said Falkirk would get top 6 before the ball was kicked. So credit where it's due.
Fuck's them, man. I said they'd be bottom with 12 points, and that was Livingston. So there you go. I got that sort of half right.
I think most people though were thinking they'd be right down there, and I think a lot of people. I personally had Aberdeen in 4th, I think, and they've shat the bed. I had Motherwell in the bottom half. They're now going for top 4 places, potentially even second. You don't know. Everyone had either Celtic or Rangers winning the league. Hearts are now top of the league. It's brilliant. It's the most unpredictable season we've ever had.
It's been the best season I can remember ever in Scottish football. It's much better than England. That's for show. Oh, for show. For show.
Before we finish up and have a quiz, I need to quickly mention Dundee United, who've been rumoured with signing Stuart Armstrong on a free. 35-year-old, not Stuart Armstrong.
Johnny Russell, Stuart Armstrong.
I've got Stuart Armstrong on my other screen. I was reading something about him earlier. Sorry, Johnny Russell, 35-year-old Johnny Russell on a free. But yeah, that's not my point. Jim Goodwin, if he sees out the rest of the season and is in charge for all these games, he will be the manager with the third most games managed for Dundee United post-war.
And the top two are Hoosty and McNamara.
Hoosty? No, I think, sorry, I'm telling a bit of a lie. I think he needs to do the rest of the season plus one game to surpass Hoosty, something like that. But more or less. Jerry Kerr and Jim McLean are the two at the top. Jim McLean's top, obviously. And then
the war wasn't like the 40s, eh?
But then we had another boy who, I'm a bad United fan. I don't know the boy's name that was pre-war. And then, he'd be, I think, the third most managed United.
What, he had like
manager.
3 full seasons? This is his 3rd full season. Title winning season last season.
Hoostie's on 150 games, and if he gets to 151, he surpasses him and goes in there. Yeah, mental. But that includes obviously a season in the Championship. He had March till May in the Premiership when we got relegated. Then he's had a full Championship season, and this will be 2 full Prem seasons. So, yeah, a lot of people want him out as well because of his negative display at Fir Park. Didn't even try and score a goal, just tried to contain Motherwell, and it was, from what I saw anyway, I didn't go to the game, but rather embarrassing.
Nobody scored a goal against Motherwell, though. So, what's the point in trying?
Try.
Nah, 50-0, son.
Yeah, well, that's not going to work, is it? It's
Big game on. Is it Wednesday you're playing or Tuesday?
Tomorrow night, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Up at Tannadice. It's if we lose that, I've said all season we're not at risk of being relegated. If we lose that, I think we're potentially open to dropping down.
9 points there of Kelly. They just got battered, man. They're garbage. I think.
No, I don't think it'll happen.
Need to get a positive result, at least a point. Like, they're in trouble. Dundee.
I can see it being a 0-0. I think it benefits both teams to
on
a
that
draw.
Fucking shit pitch, mate. Eh? You better be playing on a bloody ditch instead of a pitch. Son.
Honestly, it's a fucking shambles. That could be.
I was reading that Dundee stole all your groundsmen. Is that right? Is that true?
Hey, if rumours will have it, yeah. The less to say that on that.
So that's why
we are going to have a Dundee Derby special coming up in weeks to come, dear listeners. So if you are interested in all things Tayside, listen out to Tinpot in the next week or two.
Yeah, unfortunately, team, I won't be invited to that one because I neither care nor support Dundee teams. So I'm on the bench for that one. Only the second episode I've ever missed. I might pre-record something so my voice can still be on the podcast to keep my record going.
I've not told you this yet, but you will be needed in some way for that episode.
Yes, come on, I'll do some pre-recorded stuff because I've already booked the day off. I'm going to Barbados.
Your opinions are important. Right, we're going to make this one short and sweet because we don't have Andrew this week, and he normally fills out a lot of the episode with us for us with his deep insight into the old firm, but he's not here.
Yeah, so sorry anyone who uses the podcast to help him go to sleep at night. Andrew is not on it today. Singer.
He's unwell.
Get better soon, mate.
That's below the belt.
Seen that stuff about Jim Carrey, by the way, just quickly. This he's like a clone or something.
Yeah, a bit off piste, but no, I had a weird theory about Jim Carrey a few months ago that I didn't actually share with anyone, and now everyone's
shut up.
No, I did. So he did an interview on Jimmy Kimmel, I think it was, and he did this whole like Illuminati thing with his tongue. He was like, and went on this big rant about how he's going to get cancelled and all this shit. And then he's not appeared in any major movies apart from the Sonic films, I think. But then the guy who directed and produced the Sonic films has a really, really weird background. I've researched him as well. And he's not done any other major appearances since then, and now all this is kicking off. And I also had this theory, which I've only said to one other person. It's going to now make me look like an idiot.
Like...
Why have you brought this up? Do you know Area 51 in America?
Yeah.
No one goes there. It's aliens and all that shit. What I think it is a place for celebrities to pay, say, 100 million quid or whatever the fee is to basically die. So I think Michael Jackson's there. You know, he's paid someone and being like, you know what, send me to Area 51. It's like luxury mansions and shit in there. No media get in. It's so secluded, and they live out the rest of their days without any hassle. Jim Carrey's the same.
So, who's playing him? Who was the boy the other night then?
Well, interesting you should ask. I think it might be. When was the last time you saw Ray McKinnon?
He was sacked by Brecon, I'm sure, this season, so he's got
exactly. He's out there being Jim Carrey. No, right. Let's get back on track.
I think he should have had a facelift. To be fair, that's all I think really happened.
Yeah, a really bad facelift or an allergic reaction to bees.
Before
we do that, very quickly, let me read out a couple of comments from you listeners.
Is it from the same listeners that always comment, or
no? And don't say that, Matthew. Fucking hell. We care about every comment that comes our way. So, from at Ewan Robertson 92, this was after last week's episode that was about the Dons heading to the playoff, relegation playoff. Great episode, gents. Enjoyed yet another new quiz format. And on the subject of Andy from the Brewery Tour episode of Still Game, he once did a drama lesson at my high school, so we actually got to do the, "Oh, it's Andy, as he walked through the school corridors. How good is that?
Brilliant.
Great anecdote
like,
from... Ewan
The thing
Robertson.
is, if you're in one episode of Still Game, like in a cameo, like it's unbelievable. You're set for life in Scotland. Like anywhere you go,
sorted.
you know who you are. Brilliant. Like just like Andy, been nothing else in his whole life. You always be known for being Andy. Fair play to you, mate.
So Ewan Robertson got to shout, "Oh, it's Andy, it's Andy,"
Thanks, Ewan.
down the school corridors. Lovely. Richard Stephen 3935 says, and this was 3 days ago, it was before Aberdeen played Hearts at Tynecastle. Yo-yo team Tinpot as well. Tiny going to Smeal of Sheep Dip tomorrow. That was his input. So thanks, both of you, for
Fair play,
getting
he
in
was
touch.
right. Yeah,
If
please
any of
like
you are
and
listening
comment. Yeah.
at this stage, we will read out your comments, so keep them coming. Right,
Yeah, we had,
quiz
we,
time,
had
Matthew.
to cut, we had to cut
Oh.
hundreds of comments just to read those two best ones. That was what happened. We go through all the comments and pick our favourite two. And that's usually how it goes.
That's not true. We'll read them all out.
In a world where sponsorship is more accessible than ever, that world exists at sportsponsorship.co.uk. Whether you're interested in making a difference to your local community or further afield, or perhaps you're looking for access to tens of thousands of followers online to push your brand further than ever, get in touch with sportsponsorship.co.uk. That's sportsponsorship.co.uk.
Right, quiz time. It's the first time since we started Tinpot almost a year ago that we've given you. It was meant to be for you and Andrew as a team, but it's just a regular quiz format, question and answer. There's no graphics, there's no tic-tac-toe, there's no higher or lower. It's just questions and answers.
Oh, God. Okay.
But it's
Right.
multiple choice, so you should be okay.
Yeah, multiple choice. Right.
For Matthew to win, he needs a minimum of 7 out of 10. For me to win, he needs to get less than 7. Question 1,
Oh.
and it's all based on the Old Firm after yesterday's big Old Firm battle at Ibrox. Who has scored the record? That's not I've worded that badly. Who has the record for the most goals scored in Old Firm derbies? Is it Ali McCoist, Henrik Larsson, or Billy Dodds?
It's got to be Larson.
Wrong. Coisty. That's 0 from 1. I think he's got 23 Old Firm goals.
Fair play,
There or
Coisty.
thereabouts. Number 2. Who scored twice for Rangers to win the title at Parkhead for the first ever time back in 1999? Was it Neil McCann, George Alberts, or Claudio Reyna?
I don't know why you winked there.
Because it's Neil McCann. He's our podcast pal.
I'll go Neil. Wait, no, you wink at me because that's the answer, or you wink at me because you said Neil McCann.
I'm winking it because it's Neil McCann, our podcast pal.
I'm gonna go Claudio Reyna.
It's Neil McCann.
Actually, he got me
Yeah,
a double
it's Neil
bluff.
McCann. No, I winked. 'cause it's
Double
Neil McCann.
bluff.
Question 3. Who scored the fastest ever Old Firm goal back in December 2002? Was it Henrik Larsson, Chris Sutton, or Bobby Petta?
I know nothing about Old Firm shite.
Yeah, you wish Andrew was here.
I'll go Bobby Petta.
He's gone Bobby Petta, footballer turned physical fitness instructor. Wrong, it's Chris Sutton. 22 seconds, there or thereabouts, I think. You're 0 from 3. You now need the next 7 questions right, or you lose. Question 4. Which Celtic player signed for Celtic? That doesn't make sense. Which player signed for Celtic in the year 2000 after a deal with Rangers fell through on medical grounds? Was it John Hartson, Didier Agat, or Stilian Petrov?
The Gat.
My God. 0 from 4. It's John Hartson.
Is that true?
Yeah, true. Question 5. Which player scored and was sent off in Rangers' 4-2 victory against Celtic in August 2008? Was it Daniel Kuzan, Pedro Mendes, or Stephen Davis?
Fucking hell. Second one.
Pedro Mendes?
Yeah.
Wrong. Daniel Kuzan.
Come on.
You know nothing about the Old Firm.
I
Question
didn't know
6.
it. It's a good thing, mate.
Which Celtic manager said he's had Rangers fans come up to him and thank him for being in Scotland, or for coming to Scotland? Was it Ange Postecoglou, Ronnie Dyler, or Brendan Rodgers?
Brendan Rodgers.
Correct. Well done. There's only one pricky enough to say something.
In the Clyde
like that.
Tunnel, was it not?
Yeah, I think so. Question 7. Which player was sent off 3 times in his Old Firm career, making him the most red-carded player in the fixture's history? Was it Barry Ferguson, Alan Thompson, or Lorenzo Amoruso?
I'll go Thompson.
Correct. 2 in a row. Well done.
Okay.
Question 8. Which of these players has Which of these managers has the highest win percentage in Old Firm matches, all competitions? Martin O'Neill, Steven Gerrard, or Ange Postecoglou?
Well, Ange is the shortest, he has the least amount of games, and he won quite a lot. I'll say Ange.
It's Steven Gerrard.
Is it actually?
Yeah, he has the second highest win percentage in Old Firms behind Brendan Rodgers.
Fair play.
So you're still only on 2 so far out of 8 questions. Very bad.
Decent.
Number 9. Which Celtic manager stopped Rangers winning 10 in a row in the 97-98 season? Was it?
I know this one.
I'll give you double points if you can name it without...
Is it Venglos? Joseph Venglos.
I'll give you the options. John Barnes, Joseph Venglos, or Wim Jansen?
Oh, shit. Was it Wim Jansen? No, it's Dr. Joseph Venglos.
Wrong, it's Wim Jansen.
Who the fuck is Venglos then?
You're another manager.
He was manager of Celtic, yeah.
He was, yeah. And your final question, to make it 3 out of 10. Which Rangers manager banned players from wearing green boots because they are the colour of Celtic? Was it Pedro Caixinha, Paul Le Guen, or Philippe Clement?
Paul Le Guen, he was pretty mental.
Pedro Caixinha. It's 2 out of 10.
Jesus.
It's
Jesus
absolutely
Christ.
awful.
Yeah, it's pretty poor, but I'm proud of that, mate, because I'm a Rovers fan, and I don't
Proud
watch
of 2
the
out of
Old
10.
Firm.
In a multiple choice quiz. Even if you guess them all, the odds are that you get 3 out of 10.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, you've got 3 options on each question, and it's 10 questions.
Well, could have been worse.
If you just guessed the first option on all questions, you would have got 5 out of 10. There you go. Right, that's all for episode 40. Just a Matt and Tom special without Andrew. Hopefully he'll be back. Maybe not next week, because I think next week's the Dundee special, but maybe the week after. But until then, Matthew, any parting words for our listeners?
No, just like and subscribe.
No parting words, just goodbye.
Don't abuse me too much on the comments about my lack of Old Firm knowledge, please. Ewan Robertson.
Ewan Robertson, 92.
Yeah.
But thanks for
Other
getting
than
in
that,
touch.
Yeah, please continue to get in touch. Maybe one day you could be a guest on the podcast.
Maybe one day.
Wait, has he
Time
been
will
on the
tell.
podcast? No, who were the
No.
Hibs and Hearts fans that were on the podcast that time?
That was Hibs season ticket holder Darren Paulson and occasional Hearts fan Greg Brown.
There you go, that's right. Ewan is a Dundee fan, I believe.
Scumdy, yeah.
So maybe look it in.
Daddy, we'll just fade
Might
out.
consider you for the next
Daddy,
episode.
goodbye, Daddy. Goodbye.
Bye.